Well, welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic all the things are in Toyotas, the hectic and chaosness of Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name's Tyler over here on this side, sitting in the 4x4 Ford Yoda Tyler, whatever that, what does it say?
Ford Yoda Tyler.
Ford Yoda Tyler, that's what it is. And sitting over there on the casting couch again, it's his couch, is the one and only Jimmy Jett. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I'm doing all right.
It can be tiring, you know, working the casting couch over there.
Let me tell you.
It's a...
it's a night job for sure.
Oh man, why are you so tired? Are we going to get into that?
We'll get into that. It was a late night last night and an early morning.
Okay.
So I'm just not
Do we
caught
need
up
to worry
on sleep.
about gout?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We can get into that too. Remind me about gout when we get there, and I'll fill you in.
All right, sounds good. And don't fill me in with gout. I don't want it.
No.
All right, so let's see. What do we got in the docket for today? This is Thursday's episode.
Thursday.
So
yes,
we get to kind of go over some stuff that we've been up to. We do have a giveaway this month going on, which is for some gear wrench tools.
Yeah, love
pretty cool stuff.
Some gear wrench tools.
Yep. So we're going to put together a little prize pack. You guys will get to choose what you want out of a few different options, and then we'll ship it out to you. So we got some pretty cool stuff sitting around from Gear Wrench still. So we will get that out for you guys. Our favorite brand for tools, and they do a lot of really cool. Ooh, that was coffee come back up. They do a lot of really cool automotive stuff. So they're really an automotive specialty tool brand. But their mother company, parent company, makes a lot of different tools and owns a few different big name brands that you guys would all recognize. So it's all good stuff. And it's all high quality. It's all really specialized, really well thought out. And I have to say that because one of our listeners is one of the engineers that thinks them out. So thank you, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse, where are our carts?
Yeah, we need carts, man. I was working on something this weekend. I was like, it'd be so nice to have a freaking cart to just wheel this stuff. I don't have to keep going back and forth up my driveway.
I bet.
Anyways, so gear wrench stuff is awesome. We love it. It's what pretty much all of our tools are. And you guys should have some too. So we're going to give you some this month. All you got to do is go to irate4x4.com. Go down to the SnailTrail4x4 forum there, and then all your sign up options for the giveaway will be there in the Snail Trail forum. So.
Absolutely. We also have another giveaway going on with Onyx Off-Road.
Yeah.
You need to go over to the Apple Podcast, leave a review. And once we reach 800 reviews, we are giving away an Onyx Off-Road Elite membership.
Nice.
Yeah. Exciting for that. I will be using mine this upcoming weekend.
Sweet.
So I'm excited to use it. I used it the other day, actually, too. So it all works out. Love their program. Love their people. Love what they're doing in the off-road community. We'll talk about them here in a little bit, I believe. And so just get ready for a little plug of theirs as well. Not including the plug that will be at the intermission.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. So go over there, leave a review. Once we hit 800, we will be giving away one of their elite memberships. We are still working on what we're going to do for 900. So once we reach 900 reviews, we are going to be giving away a really big item of some sorts, but we don't know what it is yet. So I can't tell you what it is because I don't know what it is.
Yep.
And then let's see, we're still waiting for A13X MONT to get in contact with us. You've got, let's see, almost
less than 30 days.
Less than 30 days. And we're giving away a set of tires to you if you can get in contact with us and prove that you are AX13. Is that right? A13X MONT. Yep. If not, then we're going to resort to Cam B, who has gotten in contact with us, and we will still need him to prove that he is actually who he says he is, but we're waiting for A13X MONT to get in contact with us first or not. So Cam B, you got to wait. until the 19th of August. Or
he's being quite
hopefully
patient.
before. He has been. We also haven't heard from Boo Collector. If you're a Boo Collector, you are third in line. Get in contact with us anyway. Maybe we'll send you out some swag if one of the first two people actually win the items. So
we'll send you a broken Ford 9-inch carrier. How's that?
Yeah, or one of these empty whiskey bottles that are back here.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got one other thing going on this weekend that you want to promote and we can talk about because we got some cool stuff in the studio today.
Yeah, so we've talked about it a little bit already on the podcast. The Mad Hatters, the club that I'm the vice president for, we adopted trailed and we have two adopted trails, right? One of them is Fordyce, Windchill 4 through Windchill 5.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the other trail that we have adopted trailed is Rubicon. So we oversee the Wentworth Springs section entrance to the trail. So it's from Wentworth Springs Campground to the Inner Tie. So if you ever go wheel the Rubicon and go through that section of trail, I'm technically the one in charge and responsible for making sure that the section of trail stays maintained properly. Yep. So the club is getting together and doing some work over there this weekend. And we've put the call out to listeners. I know that there's some listeners showing up. That'll be cool. There's going to be a good amount of volunteers where we should be able to, get all the work done in about 2 to 3 hours.
Nice.
Which will be awesome because there's a lot of work to do. And if it was just the Mad Hatters doing it, it'd probably take us 2, maybe even 3 trips.
Oh, dang.
To go in and do it all.
Okay.
The silt dissipators are definitely full. There's some logs and trees that need to get chopped up and moved off the trail. There's one that's hung over the trail, a deadfall hung over the trail that we need to clear out. So there's a good amount of work there. I have had people asking if they should bring chainsaws. Only bring a chainsaw if you are U.S. Forest Service certified.
Okay.
Chainsaw certified. So if you don't have a chainsaw certification, please just don't bring your chainsaw. I am certified, so I will be kind of the main sawyer for the work party, as well as coordinating everything. So if you have a Forest Service certification, go for it. Bring your chainsaw out and we'll put you on the sawyer team with me. If not, please just leave it at home or leave it in the car, etc. So
how about other tools, shovels, pickaxes, any of that?
Yeah, shovels are awesome to have. Pickaxes are very nice to have as well. I don't want more than 2 per pit because that gets a little dangerous.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have, with the funds that Onyx gave us, I went out and bought a bunch of hand tools, about $1,000 in hand tools.
Wow. Okay.
So we have pickaxes, we have giant pry bars. To move some bigger rocks if we need to. I love
that.
They're awesome.
That tool is amazing.
Mm-hmm. We have a bunch of shovels. We have some loppers. There's some overgrown manzanita in the area. And
don't you just drive down the trail with your chainsaw out when you do that?
You can. That? Yeah, hedger. Yeah. Like a battery powered hedger just goes. Zzz. So anyways, we got a bunch of hand tools, but there's not enough for 30 people, right? Sure. So if you have some shovels, if you
got enough for your club.
We have enough for kind of the club. And we will probably add to it in the future.
Okay.
The main problem is we don't really have a place to store all these tools.
Yeah.
At the moment. So I didn't want to go overboard and buy $4,000 worth of tools. The main thing, we're storing them at the Morphlate warehouse for now.
Sure. Okay.
So after the adopted trail work this weekend, they'll come back to the Morphlate warehouse and they'll live here until it sounds like the county might be interested in building another maintenance shed, a smaller one, that's specifically for adopted trail stuff.
I thought that's what the other one was for.
It was supposed to be for the trail maintenance, and adopted trail kind of falls under that, but they don't want to give out keys to that shed.
Okay.
Because the Jeep is in there and the rock trailer is in there and all sorts of other things. So, they're thinking about making another shed that the adopted trail clubs can have keys to.
Right.
And it would be 100% kind of up to adopted trail user clubs how we want to use that shed.
Okay.
So that'll be cool. If that goes into play, then we will take the tools, put Mad Hatter stickers on them all and throw them in that shed for all the adopted trail sections to use.
Yeah.
And if
And
we
then
get that
hopefully
place,
nobody else uses them, or
well, I mean, any adopted trail can use them.
okay, then what's the point of putting Mad Hatter stickers on it? Just so people
know that Mad Hatters own those.
Yeah,
that they were bought by Mad Hatters.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I can think the future moving forward, but like the funds coming in from Onyx, this grant that I was able to get and Onyx stepped up to do with their trail revival program they're doing, goes a very long way to make all this cool stuff happen.
Absolutely.
So that's really like the cool thing. I've been preaching it since I started Morphlate, is that more off-road companies need to step up and take a hand and a very active play in trail maintenance projects.
And trail advocacy in general.
Too many off-road companies just sit back and don't really do anything for trail advocacy. They don't make it a point to do anything for trail advocacy. Those companies need to all realize that when shit comes around and we start losing trails, we start losing our roads, our access, our OHV access, our recreational access to public lands. Your business goes under.
You're losing business.
You're losing business. You're losing the industry. The industry goes away. And another way I like to put it as well, off-roaders, we love doing charitable donation stuff, right?
Yeah.
Typically off-roading has a more of an expendable income than other hobbies. Off-roaders do. And so we like to give back and take care of veterans organizations, children's hospitals, SPCAs, that kind of stuff. And that's all fine and dandy. That's good. Those places need just as much help as trail advocacy places. But if the industry shrinks because we don't have OHV access, and then people either don't come into the hobby or people leave the hobby because there's just no good places to go and play in the hobby anymore, then all those donations to veterans organizations, SPCAs, children's hospitals, all those donations go away as well. So it all starts with having access to go and play.
Right.
And so if we don't really take care of and protect that access to go and play, then the industry goes away, our hobby goes away, and donations to children's hospitals, veterans organizations, SPCAs, all that stuff goes away too. So just something to keep in mind out there if you're going to an off-road event that has some sort of fundraising aspect to it, which is a lot of off-road events. Bring it up to one of the event coordinators, the volunteers there, and be like, where are these funds going? Usually they'll be like, oh yeah, they're all going to this children's hospital right down the road. And it's like, awesome. How much of it is going back to our trails? And just start kind of pushing them. You don't need to get uppity about it. You don't need to get offensive about it, but just put that seed in people's minds, because most people don't realize where it all starts at. And if we lose our base foundation of off-roading in this industry, our public lands, our access, our way to go play, then we lose everything else.
Absolutely.
So
I usually bring it up because both of us, own our businesses. We both get approached quite often, you more than I, about donating to events, raffles, whatever it is. And I always go, okay, how are you doing your raffle? And most of the time it's like, we're selling tickets or something. And I go, okay, well, where's the money for those tickets going? And they go to some other outside organization. And I go, well, you're taking money from the off-roading community and donated it to somebody else. What about donating back into the off-road community?
Yeah.
And they go, oh,
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm like, and then I do similar things to you, like, hey, I'm willing to give you guys a panel, but if you're going to revert some of that money back into the off-road community, I'll give you more items or more discounted items or whatever it ends up being. And then most of the time, usually by the time they approach me, I'm a last thought. And so they're like, it's already too late. We've already done all this publicity or whatever. And I'm like, okay, then here's your, free panel. But I think just bringing that up and talking about it puts that worm in their head or whatever,
right?
The seed in the ground or the whatever, how the swinging the dead cat before you throw it. And
Jimmy cliche. All right.
And it'll make them think about it next time. So, and if you walk up to an event and you'll be like, hey, this is a massive event. You guys are doing have a huge raffle going on. Where's all this money going? And find out, because most of the time, they're getting the money to give it away. They're not getting the money to keep it. They're trying to do something good with it. And it's just a matter of planting that seed to try to figure out, like, let's bring this back into the community. Even if it's 50%, like if you've always been like, I'm always giving to veterans and that's my, like our main passion, still give to veterans, just give 50% of it back to the off-roading community and give the other 50% back to the veterans.
Yep.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, Onyx Off-Road stepping up massive. Thank you very much. You have a work party on Saturday.
So the goal is we want everybody in Airport Flats campground by 7:30 a.m.
Okay.
That's when we're going to start coordinating, putting the groups together, letting everybody, each group kind of know what their responsibility is going to be, get all the liabilities signed, the waivers signed, all that good stuff, right? And the goal is to be leaving Airport Flats by 8:30 a.m. to go out to the trail to start the work.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
and then hopefully there's enough people show up. There are everybody that shows or RSVP shows up.
Yep.
And you guys will work for a few hours and then, maybe done by like noon.
We might be, I'm guessing my goal is to be back in camp at the latest, like 3 p.m.
Right. And that probably includes driving the rest of the way through Wentworth Springs and then doing the Granite Bowl and the Loon Lake.
Come out Gatekeeper.
Come out
people want to
that direction and have a little wheeling in the day, which I do want to say that you don't need to bring your off-road rig up there. You can drive your car up to Airport Flats and drive it, catch a ride with somebody, or even, your car would make it to Wentworth Springs campground. It might not be the comfiest thing, but you would make it.
Yeah.
And you can do the entire work party and then you just go back to Airport Flats and kick it in the river or whatever and relax. And you just you're going to miss a little bit of wheeling. But if you are thinking about coming up, but your rig's not ready or you can't, you don't have a rig to come up there and help, you can just bring your daily and you'll have no problems.
We're actually going to be encouraging people to find passenger seats in other vehicles as much as possible.
Okay.
Just because that section of the trail is notoriously narrow.
Yes.
And we're not going to be able to get 30 vehicles into the trail for this work party. So we're going to have to buddy up and get people in passenger seats and take a limited number of vehicles into the trail anyways.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, after the work is done, we'll come back, hang out at Airport Flats Campground. Ryan and Sarah are going to be making a taco bar.
Yeah.
Cooking up a taco bar for everybody. So it'll be really cool.
Who are Mad Hatters, but they're also supporters of the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. So thank you for that, doing all that work, Ryan and Sarah.
Yep. Huge on them for taking care of that part of the work party. That takes a lot off of my plate from having to coordinate everything else. So huge shout out to them for stepping up. And we will have Onyx swag to give away. And we have 2 Ego 18-inch chainsaws. So we...
Wait. The 2 Ego ones? I thought this was one for you, one for me, and you were getting stills for the party.
Yeah, that's actually, thank you. I forgot about that. So, yeah, that's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I went through and was applying for the Trail Revival program with Onyx, they have a picture of a steel chainsaw.
Okay.
On the page, it says, we'll get you chainsaws for giveaways as well at the party, at the work party. And so I've just been running under the assumption it's going to be a steel chainsaw this whole time. Turns out in California, we cannot order and buy low CC chainsaws anymore.
Correct.
So I think it's below 50 cc's.
Hold on, I got one for that.
Yeah. So I think it's below 50 cc's. I forget exactly where the cutoff is, but roughly 50 cc's and lower chainsaws you cannot buy in California. They're illegal to sell. Bigger chainsaws you can still purchase in California, but they wanted to do roughly 18-inch bar chainsaws, which are typically quote unquote smaller saws. And so they did find Ego though.
Yes.
And Ego is probably the industry leader, one of the industry leaders, if not the industry leader in like yard tool, higher voltage tool, battery tools.
Yeah, I agree.
So they do like the 56 volt chainsaws, blowers, all weed eaters, anything that yard tool oriented stuff, hedgers, etc. They do that line. That's what they focus and specialize on. And so they They do an awesome job. There's a lot of great feedback on, especially the Ego chainsaws. A lot of people are really impressed with how torquey they are. And so we have 2 of them here, 18-inch bar Ego 56-volt chainsaws that we'll be giving away on Saturday as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know they were 56 volt. That's kind of an interesting number.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got that going on. And then we'll also have a couple goodies from Morphlate. So Morphlate's going to step up and do some donations for a giveaway as well for the work party. So
good job, Morphlate.
Yay. So that's the details for this weekend. We do have the group site at Airport Flats blocked off right now for the camping. Yeah, you guys can show up Friday afternoon through Sunday midday if you want, or anytime in between, whatever you like. And we'll see you guys there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Excited to hear how it all goes after these few weeks or month of planning that you guys have been doing. So it'll be fun to listen in next week to hear everything, hear the updates and all.
Yep.
So cool. I think that's all the updates, unless there's anything else going on.
I think that's it for housekeeping update stuff. I think it's just down to now what you and I have been up to personally.
All right. Well, let's listen to a quick blurb about Onyx Off-Road from, I don't know who it's going to be, Tyler or me this week. And then we will be right on back. Are you stuck inside? Are you not sure where you want to go to explore? Well, open the Onyx Off-Road app. It shows you all the trails around you and it tells you their difficulty. Now you can quickly search out your next adventure or plan your next trip. Download Onyx Off-Road from the App Store. Onyx Off-Road, built for the adventurer.
Welcome back, ladies and gentleladies. We are here with Thursday's episode. What Jimmy and I have been up to. So we get ourselves into some shenanigans. We typically have a pretty hectic lifestyle for some reason, that we're just always going around doing stuff and getting ourselves into trouble, doing some fun things. So, yeah, that's kind of what Thursday's episodes are all about. They're about, what have we gotten ourselves into in the past week, whether that be good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time it's a little bit of venting and a little bit of, clarification, trying to figure out life, and you guys step up and help out a lot in our counseling. So I appreciate that.
Yep. I agree. Usually most of the time it's just laughing at us for our venting.
Yes.
So anyways, let's see. I don't have much. I know you've got a full plate.
You went camping.
I did go camping, but I mean, it was camping. It wasn't that much activity, I guess.
All right. Yeah, I did a lot and nothing necessarily off-roading.
Oh. Okay.
I've had a crazy last week.
All right. Do you want a Rochambeau then for who goes first?
Sure. Why not?
On 3 or?
On 3.
Okay.
1, 2,
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I win. All right. Let's see. I go first.
All right.
So about a week or so ago, I came back from Hawaii.
Okay.
Just trying to lay out the timeline here, right?
Okay.
When I came back from Hawaii, I had a ton of panels to get out.
Yeah, you had a truck full to send out.
Yeah. And so I spent like 2 days working on panels and getting everything out the door. And so it was just a wild time. Just a lot of work happening, not a lot of free time. And then, just doing all the other stuff going on with life. It just took up a ton of time. And let's see, that was because I flew home on Monday. We recorded on Tuesday. So it took me Wednesday and Thursday for the most part to get 100% caught up. And I went into back order immediately on 3rd gen panels. But fortunately, I foresaw this happening to some extent. And I had an order come from Hot Metal Fab, and I was delivering panels at that same time. I think on Tuesday morning, I picked them up at Hot Metal Fab, and then I came down here to record. Tuesday after recording, I dropped all those panels off at our strippers at American Stripping. And so today I'm actually going to go pick those panels up, so I won't be on back order anymore.
Only a week. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. but I still had, so I have a few on back order from that point in time. Not many. I think I was like one back ordered and they just ordered it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only a few on back order now. I don't know what it was, but like everybody's like, oh, he's on vacation. Let's order stuff from him. And then this like next week has been really slow. I don't know what happened. So Wednesday, Thursday, I did panels and caught up and dropped panels off and was playing shuffle and everything. And then Friday was kind of a relaxed day, but I had all my other stuff to kind of do and get ready for because I was just focusing on snail armor for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But that Friday night, I got together with the mini assistant's parents, like our friends, the mini assistant's friends' parents.
Okay. Gotcha.
There was, because I'm the mini assistant's
I was
parents.
like, how did that work?
There was 4 families and only the parents, and we all went to Incubus, the concert.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know you went to Incubus.
Yeah. So on a Friday night, Incubus played at Thunder Valley.
Okay.
At the new venue.
Okay.
What it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a really good job. They pretty much, it was like, it's 24 years later, but they called it like the 25-year reunion of the Morning View album.
Okay.
Which is probably one of their break into the industry albums. Mm-hmm. And it's just a great album. And so they pretty much played that entire album straight through. It was a lot of fun. We didn't have a kid that weekend, and so the assistant and I partied a little too hard.
Okay.
And we planned.
And you made crystals.
Nope, I didn't. No gout. At least.
Okay.
My mother drove us to the friend's house where we pre-gamed, and then we got an Uber to the theater, and then we got an Uber home.
Okay.
And so no driving, of course. No drunk driving. That's not allowed. And so, so we had driving taken care of and, didn't need to get the car or whatever. And we went pretty hard. And so the next morning was rough. Like I think we were like, didn't get out of bed until like noon.
Oh,
like we were kidless, right? So it was like, do we want to wake up? Nope. Okay, let's roll back over and sleep some more. And so Saturday was a slow day.
Mm-hmm.
But that afternoon was a Sacramento Republics game. And when there's a Sacramento Republics game on the same time frame of the Sacramento State Fair or the State Fair, those tickets get you into the State Fair for free.
Oh.
Yeah, super cool. So we went at like 4 o'clock.
The Sac Republic playing at the fairgrounds now?
Yes. Well, they play at Cal Expo.
Okay.
And so
when did they move from Sac State?
Oh, they never played at Sac State.
What?
They played where at AR, American River College.
Okay.
No. Is it AR? No. Well, they played at a junior college.
Okay.
Originally. And then they moved to Cal Expo.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
And I don't think there was anywhere in between.
I didn't even know there was a field at Cal Expo.
They built one. They
okay.
Yeah. Heart Health Park.
All right.
And so at Cal Expo, which is where the fairgrounds or the fair is held, there's just on the backside of Waterworld or whatever that place is called, there's now a stadium. And they did some concerts out there and stuff. We've gone to concerts at that park as well. But so that's where they play, the Sac Republics play. And so it's adjacent and connected to Cal Expo, which is where the fair is. So 4 o'clock, we went to the state fair. We walked around the state fair. We watched Good Day that morning, and Cody was out at the state fair, and he talked about this cinnamon bun place that makes a Tres Leches cinnamon bun.
Oh my God.
And both of us were sitting there hungover going,
we need that. I need one.
Yeah, right?
Here, come on.
And so we're like, all right, let's go to the state fair. And so, we walked around a bit, and then we found did we go to the cannabis place first? So yes. Yeah, we did. So we went to there's a new, Waterworld's closed. This huge water park that's at this area. That area is currently closed. And so they turned like the entrance of that into a cannabis expedition.
Yeah.
Expo. Expo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exposition.
Exposition. Yeah.
Yep.
Not the Ford.
I'm sure there's a lot of cannabis expeditions too.
Yeah, that too. And the assistant and we're not smokers or anything, but we're like, we don't have the mini assistant. You had to be 18 to get in there. When's like the next time we're at the state fair, we'll probably have the kiddo. Let's check this out. And so we go walking in, and both sides are like plywooded up as you're walking in, but they like painted it and made it look nice. And then they had like sort of a history on one side of cannabis. And then on the other side, they had like all the medical information and all the studies and all the different like CBDs and THCs and all the different strings and all this stuff. And so we're walking in going like, wow, like there's a ton of information on this. We turn this corner, go down, and there's some dude that like just fell or hit his head on the stairs or something. And like the paramedics are pulling a stretcher out and like they're giving the guy an IV, and there's like 2 cops on top and bottom of the stairs telling people to go around. We're like, what are we getting ourselves into?
Yeah.
So, and then we got down to the bottom. There's this like slushy spot that they were serving slushies that had something in it.
Okay.
And the assistant's like, oh, it's CBDV. And it doesn't give you, or it's THCV, and it doesn't hit you like as hard. It's not supposed to give you any of the effects. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Did you read that on one of the things coming in? But then you walk it down, and then they had an expo. They had a bunch of vendors. They had a bunch of like people selling different types of gummies or pre-rolls or, just buds and seeds and plants and the whole shebang. And I was like, whoa, this is really interesting. It was funny because like I didn't say this, but you walk in and like the first sign is pot legal, and you're and it says no, but yes, and I'm like, okay, how's that? Yeah. It's like, no, it's not legal on the federal level, right? But yes, many states have it legal for medical use, and some states, including California, just have it legal to have
for recreation.
And there's something like 38 states that have it legal for medical use, and like 20 something now, I think they said, that have it just for recreation. So we walked around the vendor area, which was kind of interesting just to see everything that's available. And one of the booths that was really interesting was Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Okay.
So apparently, and we talked to them for a little bit. Apparently, Pabst Blue Ribbon has been like playing with and experimenting with CBDs and THCs in their drinks for a long time.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I don't think everyone that we saw that had some sort of cannabis in it didn't have alcohol. I don't know if you're allowed to mix those.
Interesting.
And sell them. I don't know how that I don't know how that works. But I didn't know that they also owned the brand Not Your Father's root beers, the Not Your Father, line. And so they had a bunch of Not Your Father's and some beers and seltzers that all had some THC or CBD levels in them.
Okay.
But their lowest ones were like 15, which
that seems like a lot.
If I take a gummy or anything, I'm usually like 2 or 3, and they don't normally sell them that low. Normally they sell 5s, and I have to cut the damn thing in half, and I'll take a little gummy. Anyways, and I don't even partake that often. Yeah. So we were walking around, and this one guy stopped us, and he was like, "Have you ever heard of THC straws?" And we're like, "What?" And so this guy said, yeah, this company makes these compostable straws.
Are they paper?
No. Okay. They weren't. I don't know what they were made out of.
All
right. It lasted a really long time. Because we ended the short story as we bought one. So. Okay. Anyways, the company started by lining the inside of the straw with strawberry flavoring, chocolate flavoring, or vanilla flavoring, and is selling them in the grocery stores for people to put in milk. So you could drink strawberry milk, chocolate milk, or vanilla flavored milks.
Okay.
Right. And so this other company, I don't know what their name was, approached them and said, can we do the same thing with other flavorings, but add THC into it?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a stealth mode thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to walk into anywhere with a straw and stick it in my drink. And it will, like, every time you draw your drink in, you get this micro dose level of some sort of THC. The straw is 10 milligrams total. So like if you let the whole thing biodegrade or not biodegrade, dissolve into your drink, that creates your drink to be 10 milligrams.
Okay.
And so we bought a 10 pack. They had a 2-pack or a 10 pack. And we're like, okay, let's get a 10 pack. And we then went to the cinnamon bun place.
Okay.
Right. After probably we had a contact high because, we're like surrounded by everything. And we went to the we're like, we need the cinnamon bun now. Yeah. Right. And got ourselves a lemonade. I bought a coffee and we bought the Tres Leches cinnamon bun. And we stuck a straw into the lemonade, and the straw that we bought had strawberry flavoring. So we made a strawberry lemonade, and it was fast to hit you. Like I took 1 or 2 sips and I was like, I feel it already. And I was like, I'm going to stop because I don't know what how hard it's going to hit. Like I feel it now. I don't know what it's going to do, but it just lingered. It didn't hit me hard or anything. And so it's like, okay, I'm kind of coming down. Like I'll have another sip. Yeah. And I had a sip and I'm like, oh, I'm sitting pretty comfortable. And so I'm walking around the state fair, like having an occasional sip of this lemonade. Right. And the assistant's like, this is great. And long story short on that, because I want to move on to other things, is we only finished throughout the entire day. We only drank half of the lemonade. Because we're like, so we ended up, we had a few sips and we just didn't drink anymore. And then we're like, we're kind of coming down. Let's have another sip. And so, we were there until 10 o'clock ish at night, from 4 to 10. And we only ended up drinking half of the lemonade. And which I think is kind of neat because it's like a really easy way for you to regulate the effect you want. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool. Okay. Anyways, we went and checked out, are those straws going to be in the next gift box for people then? No.
Okay.
I don't know if we're allowed to ship that. Plus, I mean, we could, if you want them, I can tell you the company, but I thought it was a kind of neat product. Anyway, I was chatting with my college mates and I was like, check this out. And I was showing them and all of them are like, except for one of them was like, 10 milligrams, man, I can't handle that. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't need to. You just maybe dip the straw and have 1 or 2 and then pull it out and let it dry out again. Yeah.
Reuse it later.
And they were like, let's just all get together at Jimmy's house and all have a straw together. Hey, I was like, could be fun. So anyway, and if the 10 pack was $50, but then there was like $20 of tax on top of it. So it ended up being like $70. Wow. Which was pretty wild. But anyway, it came out to be like $7 a straw. So it's not terrible.
$7 for 10 mil. I don't know pricing.
I don't know any of it. But we're kind of like interesting. So we had some other friends coming to the Sac Republic game. We didn't know they were coming in at first, or we would have told them to come to the state fair earlier, but they messaged us and they're like, hey, we're going to the Sac Republic game tonight. You guys are going to be there. And we're like, yeah, we're at the state fair. We're already here. And they're like, what? And so we're like, if you come early,
we're in the cannabis section, come find us.
Yeah, exactly. If you come early, you get into the state fair. And they're like, oh, okay, we're leaving right now. And they got like an hour in the state fair, but we ended up going to the Sac Republic game. The Republic game sucked. We didn't lose. We tied 0-0. But in the first half, one of the opponent's players got 2 yellow cards. So he got it, which equals a red card. Yeah. And so he got ejected from the game. So they were playing a man down. We were playing a man up, right? However you want to look at it. And we still couldn't score. And the ref was horrible. There was a few times there was blatant fouls in the box where we should have got a PK. They called back a goal that got scored because they said they were offsides or we were offsides. So there was just this, it's like we were pushing hard and it was just all being called back on us. Or they weren't any favors given on our side or whatever, however you want to say that. So anyways, that was Saturday. We parked because we got there so early. We parked close to the venue, but then it took us a really long time to get out because
you're deep in the parking lot.
We were deep in the parking lot. So that was sort of a bummer. Sunday rolled around. I went to do some work at the theater and helped set up a prop, build a fake wall.
Okay.
And helped out there. It was kind of funny. They're doing Matilda, which is a pretty big name. And there's a scene where there's some adult kids or older kids on one side of the fence and younger kids on the other side of the fence. And I built this like big fence thing.
Okay.
So that
aren't you supposed to build a big fence at home?
Yeah. I told the theater people, I'm like, I'm not allowed to talk about what I built because
nobody
like,
tell my wife what I'm
doing because I'm supposed to build a fence at home and I haven't done that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And so the assistant's like, what'd you do? And I was like, I built this little house thing. And, and I was like, no, I built a fence. And she's like, what? And I was like, but the thing is what you build at theater is like so rickety and temporary that it's not worth it. So at home, but so that's what I did on Sunday. Monday rolled around. Then I drove down to Tyler's house. I dropped off Charlotte and then we drove down to San Francisco for a few days and we spent Monday down in San Francisco and we went to, where did we go? We went on a boat trip. Okay. We went out, the boat went all the way around to Alcatraz, and then we went all the way out past the Golden Gate Bridge and out into just like barely past the Golden Gate Bridge. But you got to see the underside, which is kind of cool. And then we ended up going into an aquarium, and then I think that was about it.
What did you see at the aquarium?
Fish.
What? There was a giant poster that you saw and sent me a picture of.
That was a different aquarium.
Oh, okay.
But yes, there was. So the next day, let's talk about that real quick. The next day we went to Cal Academy of Sciences.
Yep. California Academy of Sciences. Yeah. It's over there. Which is a really...
No, you're right. It was at the first place.
Okay.
So we went to the Bay Aquarium, the San Francisco Bay Aquarium, which is on Pier 41, I think.
Okay, I've never been to there. To that one. So,
and they had this huge poster of the 30 by 30 Act
initiative.
And it talked about the benefits of it and what it is and all this stuff. And I just wanted to get into it, but it was this like 18-year-old kid. So it's like, you want a picture in front of this sign? And I was just like,
no,
I really want to like ridicule you, but you have no authority of this, anything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, I disagree with it. And then I walked on. But I sent it to you to be like, look, they're promoting it everywhere.
Yeah. It's no longer a hush thing that only like legislatures and behind closed doors are talking about. This is blatant out in the open with a bright neon green and yellow 10 by 12 foot informational poster up on a wall. It's very impressive as to how much they're trying to promote shutting down 30% of all lands to public access by 2030.
Yeah. So. I mean, it says 30 by 30 SDG by 2030. Protect 30% of the United States land and water. 30% on the planet. So protect 30% of land and water on the planet. Right. And that sounds great.
Yeah.
Right. If you just said that sounds great. And then when you start looking into it, I mean, they just said step 1, no poverty. Step 2, zero hunger. Step 3, good health and wellness. Right. And none of
this has to do with,
exactly.
Some of these items actually, those wellness, like health and wellness, a lot of that has to come. A lot of that can come from people going out and enjoying the lands,
right?
Not being locked out of them.
Yeah. No, it's like, yes, I agree to everything that they state on this, but the thing is they don't talk about what it is or how it works or how they're going to achieve these things.
Yeah. How does shutting down 30% of land help with poverty? How does shutting down 30% of all land on Earth help with hunger?
Yeah, well, like step 4 or whatever was equal education. Like,
what does that have to do with anything?
How does that even have to do with anything on 3030?
Yeah.
So so I didn't get into it with the 18-year-old that wanted to snap a photo. I was just like, no, I don't agree with it. Actually, I don't like it. And I walked on. So that aquarium was pretty cool, but it was super small.
Okay.
Then we did the boat tour. And then we met up with the assistant's uncle, actually lives in San Francisco. And we went out to a really nice Italian dinner and hung out, just Didn't do a lot. And then we went to catch a Waymo home.
Yeah.
And so the Waymoos are these
Waymo?
Waymo?
I think
Waymo?
it's,
Waymo? I don't know.
I think it's Waymo.
Waymo, sure.
It's describe what a Waymo is.
So
to me.
Waymo, it's a Jaguar.
Waymo, okay.
And then it's got all these sensors all the way around the car and up on the roof and stuff. And they are self-driving cars. And it's a self-driving taxi service in San Francisco. And you'll see them all over. And literally, it's like they're just driving with no people in it or people in it. And they're driving around the city, just, I don't know, doing whatever, gathering data. And so we're like, okay, we're going to do all, like we walked from Union Square, where the hotel more or less was, over this big old hill and down the other side to roughly Pier 39. Oh, we did walk around Pier 39 and I bought a hot sauce. And, and
there's a couple of really good pastry shops in Pier 39.
Yeah, there are.
Man.
Pier 39 is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's especially fun when you have a kiddo that's like, let's go in this store. Let's go over here. Let's do this. Let's go that. And I was like, and we went to the Bodine sourdough company.
I don't know.
I forgot what the name that or how to pronounce it, but it's something like that's been in San Francisco for like 150 years and been using the same strand of sourdough for the entire time. And they just keep that thing going. They just, always feeding it.
Wow.
And so we ended up buying.
That's impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, yeah. And so we ended up buying like a small loaf of bread. And then we were walking down Pier 39 eating this, just munching on a small loaf of bread. And I was like, hey, here's the clam chowder place. Like, perfect combo. Yep. And then everybody's like, yuck. And I'm like, you guys are weird people. Anyways. So we ended up, like, we did a bunch of stuff downtown. And then so we were like, and we walked the entire time. And so we're like, let's take an Uber or something home. And then we're like, let's take one of these self-driving cars home.
Yeah.
And so we ordered one up and it showed up kind of around the corner from where we were, but it was like, and then it pops up your initials on the top. Yeah. And, so that one's yours. And so, and then we walk to it and we start pulling the handle to get in and it's locked. And the assistant goes, oh, I need to unlock it. And she started her phone and then her phone died.
Oh, no.
We were like, what do we do? Like, we can't say I'm here. I can't unlock it. I can't get into the car.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no. And so we're like, well, okay, I guess we're walking home because my phone died a while ago.
Oh, geez.
Her phone died right then. And so we're like, we have no other way. Like, I can't, I have some cash or credit card. Like maybe I could buy another ride somehow, but yeah, we're like,
you have to call an actual taxi then.
Yeah,
but you don't have a phone.
Like, you don't have a phone to do it. Okay. Like I could probably go to a bus stop and be like, hey, I need to pay with a credit card. Let me get me home. But so we ended up like, okay, sorry, we got to walk home. And so we walked away and I was like, how long is it going to sit there with its hazards on in the middle of the road? This is one of those instances. It's like, if there was a person in there, like we would have been fine. Yeah. No problem. Yep. But there was no person in there. And it was like, we're done. And so we paid for like $13 to do a traffic jam, which is what our joke.
Yeah, you did. That's true.
Yep. So we walked home, went to bed. Next day, we woke up and we came into San Francisco because the assistant bought Lady Gaga tickets and Lady Gaga was playing.
So that's what you were really doing in San Francisco.
Yep. Lady Gaga was playing at San Francisco on Tuesday night. And so that day we went to the California Academy of Sciences, walked around that for the most part the entire day. An amazing place, so much to see. I've
never been to that one either, but that one's on one of my bucket lists for life. Like there's little things I want to do in life, like go to Machu Picchu, right? That kind of stuff. Go to the California Academy of Sciences is one of those things.
It's amazing.
And I still haven't been able to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny because when we were on the boat tour, I was talking to the lady next to me and I was kind of like, where are you guys from? You from the city, you local-ish, or are you from somewhere else? And she went, oh, we're from Cincinnati, and so we were filling a conversation. And I was like, yeah, I'm 2 hours from here and I've never done this tour. It's like we're doing tourist things, but it's in our backyard. She's like, yeah, it's funny how that happens. Like I've never done a bunch of the tours in Cincinnati. Like, I'm like, I don't know why. It's like, it's like, oh, it's there. I can do it at any point. It's easy for me to achieve. Like I'm going to go do the things farther away.
Yep.
So it's kind of fun to like, we have a kid and we're kind of using the kid as an excuse. Like, let's go do these things that are close, that it's easy and we can educate you with some of the world. Like here's the Tenderloin of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Which is like the shitty spot if you're not from the San Francisco.
I've never heard of that reference.
Oh, the Tenderloin?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a area of San Francisco and it's just like crack alley addict. Like it's just horrible. Yeah, it's really bad. And it's like when you walk down the road in San Francisco and occasionally there's some hobos and you're like, okay, yeah, this is horrible. You turn this corner and you start walking down and it's like just people sleeping on the road. And
it's like Roseville Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
But condensed.
Jeez.
In one block, and it's that block after block after block.
Wow.
And you're like, where am I? What happened? And that you've entered the Tenderloin.
Alrighty.
So, yeah. And so, but anyways, I diverge. So we went to the California Academy of Sciences. Really neat spot. It's got these 2 huge dome buildings built inside of the building. And they have like a rainforest. They like reconstruct a rainforest and there's just birds and moths and butterflies and all like fish and like natural environment going on. It's really kind of neat. Just they like pumping mist out at the top and it's raining down slowly on you. And it's just everything's alive. It's absolutely cool. Like you walk up you spiral sort of ramp all in the outside and they just have things that are talking about that you can see. The other big dome is a theater that like for space and they like project up onto the top of the dome. You're like in these really reclined seats and you're watching like a huge theater, like bigger than an IMAX, but it's just completely around you. And they did like space talks and natural life talks and stuff. And then there's an aquarium there. There's a bunch of like odd animals there. And they have like they have an exhibit on, they have some exhibits that are always there. And then they have exhibits that just
kind of rotate through.
Okay. And this one was the study of color. And they were talking a lot about the way that other animals see, the way we see, how those all interact. Like one thing that, and I knew this one, but I think it's a fun one, is like a tiger, right? The tigers are orange and black, right? And you're like, how does a tiger hide in the jungle? Like it's orange. It's like, what the heck? But most animals don't have the cones in their eyes to be able to see the color orange.
Really?
They see it as a gray or greenish color. And so
tigers blend in really good.
Tigers blend in phenomenally if you're an animal. Because all these animals can't see the color orange.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you're like, and that's why hunters wear orange vests. Because we can see orange. But the other animals can't.
Gotcha. That makes a lot more sense now. I never knew that.
Yeah. So there's that.
Right.
So that was a lot of fun. We did that. And then where did we go after that? Oh, we went to Japantown because the mini assistant sort of likes Sailor Moon right now and likes that kind of genre. And so we walked around Japantown for a while, but I wasn't feeling good. Like I was like after lunch and I had a hamburger at the academy. I was sort of like queasy. It was weird. It was like I was getting what's it called? Where you like, I'm not necessarily nauseous, but you're vertigo. Thank you. And I was like looking in these tanks and I was like, and the tanks sort of amplify things because it's water and, and I like look away and I was like, oh, like, I got to stop looking in tank. Like, what's wrong with me? And then we went to Japantown and we went into this one store and it was like total scent smelly thing. Yeah. And I was like, I can't stand in here. Like something's up. And so I just went and sat down and like kind of tried to recenter myself, And I was like, something's wrong with me. Like, I don't know what it is. And my stomach just was upset. I don't know why. And so
that 18-year-old kid, when you said you weren't interested in 30 by 30, he's like, oh, fuck that guy. We're gonna put something in his food.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, I tasted a bunch of hot sauces the day before and that's never really affected me. And I had sort of like, we ate at this decent restaurant for breakfast both days. And I don't know. I'm not sure what it was. Like the hamburger was good. Like, I mean, I don't think there was something wrong with it, but I something hurt my stomach.
Yeah.
And that's and for me to say that, it's rare, right? Because like I eat a lot of weird things in life, and for me to go like my stomach kind of hurts, it's not normal. And so I just kind of was lazy like the rest of the day. So the assistant, I didn't sleep very well that night before, and so we were like, hey, okay, we meant to spend more time in Japantown, but we're sort of dragging, and we're like, let's just go back to the hotel. Like, I want to take a nap because I'm not feeling well. The assistant's tired. The mini assistant's like, I'll just play my Switch. And we're like, perfect. So we went back to the hotel. We took like a 20, 30-minute power nap. And then the assistant went down. I was like, I'm not hungry, but we need to eat before the concert. So the assistant went downstairs and went to this bento box place.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, I want this veggie bento box and some fried rice. And she's like, anything else? And she's like, no, that's it for my family. He's like, what? Like, that's not a lot of food.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, my husband's not feeling well. And so the guy, and I meant to go by and thank him, he gave a small cup of soup to the assistant to give to me.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
it was
nice.
really good. So I ended up drinking that. The assistant, I took all the white rice from their bento box, and they used the fried rice for their bento box. They split the bento box, the mini assistant and assistant. I ate some white rice and the soup and was feeling much better. But my stomach wasn't like, it was still kind of turning. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't best. So we ended up we went to Lady Gaga, had a fantastic time, but like I didn't drink, I didn't do anything. I had a water, and I was just, and some popcorn actually. And I was sitting there one time, just sort of crossing my arms and watching the show, and the mini assistant will go over and he's like, Daddy, you having a good time? I'm like, yeah, I don't feel the best. Like I'm enjoying myself and I'm enjoying the show. Like she puts on a fun, this was more than just a concert. It was like a theater performance.
Yeah.
Like
I would picture her concerts are up there in par with Pink.
Oh, probably.
Like Pink and Lady Gaga put on, like you said, theater performances.
Yeah.
They're not really concerts. Yeah.
It was a theater performance. And I would, if you are interested in seeing it, you can probably catch it on YouTube, because it was almost the exact same thing as her Coachella performance.
Okay.
And so if you like Lady Gaga and you haven't seen her Coachella performance, go watch that, because it's amazing. And it really is. It's more than like a band. Like, well, you saw Incubus a few days ago, and it's these 4, 5, 6 people standing on stage playing their instruments.
Yeah.
And her band was sort of off in the corner, and there was just dancing and theater and chess games and, mock killing of people and just crazy drama going on stage while she's singing and doing her thing. So it was really, really cool to see. I was sort of bummed that I wasn't feeling the best, because I think I could have, if I was a little bit more animated and happy, I think it would have made the mini assistant a little bit more animated and happy. This is the first like major concert that the mini assistant has gone to. And so I just, I wish I could have been there a little bit more. I just was a little off. So anyways, we went home. We stopped at Jack in the Box, which was sort of around the corner from our hotel, on the way back, and got some fries and some chicken nuggets, and then went back to the room, and I went to bed. And they stayed up for a little while and had a midnight snack, and then they went to bed, and then we had to wake up really early to get to the bar, to get to the car, to get back here so that we could do this recording. Yeah. So that was like my last 5 days. And that's what I was kind of like, I wrote this all down. Friday, Incubus. Saturday, State Fair. Sunday was working at the theater. Oh, and I got a thing to talk about that. Monday was San Francisco. Tuesday, San Francisco. Now I'm back here. It was just nuts.
Yeah.
And this was coming off of being gone for like 8-ish days at Hawaii. I come home for 3 or 4. Then all this happens.
Yep.
And then we're home for 2. And we're leaving on Friday to go camping.
Oh my God.
For the weekend. And I'm just like, when am I going to work?
You don't get to work during the summer. You're on summer break too, man.
I know. I really do feel like I need to get a job in the school system.
Yeah. So you can have the same schedule.
I can have the same schedules, because I'm not like, yeah, you're self-employed, which means you can take all the time off that you want.
No, that's not how self-employment works. Anybody who out there who thinks that's how self-employment works, you are way wrong.
Yeah.
You work more when you're self-employed.
Yeah. You got to do everything and at all times of the day. And if you take a day off, then you've got twice as much work to do.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I sort of was like, I led into the assistant a little bit before this trip. And I'm just like, you can't continue to do this to me.
Yeah.
Like, you're on break and you schedule all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'll say yes to things, but I don't exactly know the time. Like, I'm not looking at the timeline and things. And that's one of the things that we've kind of talked about. And it's like, we come home from Hawaii on a Monday. Tuesday, we recorded. I had Wednesday, Thursday to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday. And then it was Incubus, State Fair. You know, it was the weekend and we got hungover, which was my mistake because I meant to do more work on Saturday. And then it was work at the theater, you know, and then we're gone.
Yep.
And we're out of town for 2 days. Yep. And then we're in town for 2 days. And then we're out of town for 3 more days. And I'm like, when am I going to work?
So this wouldn't be such a big issue if your guys' relationship was like she was the sugar mama and your finances were all combined or something, right?
Yeah.
But you guys,
our finances aren't combined.
Exactly. And that's the kind of the background informational part that makes this a problem.
Yeah. That is a point that everybody doesn't know. So the way that we're living our life is that our finances aren't combined. Mm-hmm. And so I have to pay we split bills and we've figured that all out, but I have to still pay my portion from working. Yeah. But then she schedules all these fun activities for us to go and do. Yep. And I'm not working. So, but besides that, that's, we have that to figure out. And it really comes down to me more paying attention to scheduling and how things are and laying out and all that. But so I went and worked at the theater and I built this fake wall. Yeah. And that was on Saturday. And on Monday, I got a phone call going, hey, when are you leaving to go camping? Because they asked if I was going to be able to work the following week. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm camping. And they were like, when are you going camping? I said, Friday. And they said, okay, we might need you at the theater there for an emergency. And I said, okay. What? Like, sure. Can you fill me in? And he said, call me. So I called him and the wall we made was it was very basic. It was out of 2x4s and PVC piping and stuff like that. But it's attached to some of the flying bars or whatever they call them to be lifted up and out of the way. Okay. Well, it fell down. Uh-oh. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, did it hit somebody? Was my first thing. Because this is at the theater. It apparently fell down overnight after we did the work. Okay. And so somebody didn't rig the wall properly is what happened? Or well, I thought did the rigging fail? Did my wall break? That's what I'm like. What happened? Yeah. Like, I don't, and he didn't know at the time. And there was none of the, it was just like, it was one of those, they're having theater, summer theater camps, and they opened the theater up, and then there was this disaster on the theater. And they're like, what the hell happened? Yeah. And they had to quickly clean it up and move it out of the way because they had a bunch of theater kids coming in. Yep. And so there was not a lot of answers. They're like, whatever you guys did, fell down and broke, and that doesn't work. And I was like, what happened? And so the rigging broke. Okay. Is what it ended up happening. My wall was fine apparently, but the rigging broke. And I'm still really confused about how the rigging broke because they used 1/4-inch cable to connect. That's 18,000 pound tensile strength. It's 14,000 pounds. Okay. 14,000 pound tensile. All right. Cause I looked it up and we used 4 of them. Oh, wow. And one of them broke. Interesting. And so what I think what I was looking at it, and I'm not 100% sure because I haven't gotten my hands on any of it. It looks like it pulled out of the locking collar stuff. The cable didn't break. The locking collar failed. The locking collar, whatever the plastic sheath that was around the cable the eyelet. To create the eyelet went into the locking, what do you want to call it? That,
like a crimp.
the crimping mechanism to hold the two wires together.
Yep.
It looks like it pulled out of that.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's what I think happened. But I don't know. Like, so now I'm kind of like, what do I have to rebuild? Like, what are we going to do? Like, how much fell? What broke? Like, is there still a bunch up there and only half of it fell? Like, I have no idea. So now tonight, I have to edit a podcast, and then I'm heading over to the theater to refix this wall up and get that going.
Yeah.
And then I have Thursday to do my panels, and then Friday I leave for camping.
Good times.
Yeah. So that's been my crazy week since I got home from vacation and tried to have more vacation and just stressing me out more. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any feedback on how to
Any recommendations on how to handle it?
on how to schedule things with your wife, whatever. I don't know.
What do you do when your vacations are stressing you out?
Yeah. Because I mean, the tickets for Lady Gaga were not cheap.
No.
And I was halfway tempted to be like, I can't go. Like, I have so much stuff that I need to be doing. I can't spend 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, I will drive down there and meet you for the concert, but I can't spend these extra days.
Yeah.
You know, just like, it doesn't work. And we had to reschedule everything and try to make it work. And yeah. Because I don't know, like, I just don't remember her going like, do you want to go see Lady Gaga? It's on a Tuesday. Like, I would have been like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Like,
the way she usually does it is she goes, hey, I got us tickets.
Yeah.
We're going. And you're just like, wait, I have other stuff going on. What do you? Okay, I guess I don't have things going on anymore.
Yeah, I got us tickets. Sometimes it's like, hey, I got us tickets to to Janet Jackson. I'm like, sweet, who are you taking?
Yeah.
Like Janet, like some of these people, I'm like, I don't really have any interest to see them.
Yeah.
You know, like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Take somebody. But like Lady Gaga and the Mini Assistants' first big concert. And, you know, it's like, I want to, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Lady Gaga. She's got some good music, but like the performance that she puts on, I'm like, I got to watch that. Like, that's sort of one of those, like, that's going to be really badass.
Mm-hmm.
Also really cool, Lady Gaga, she did her entire bow sequence at the end of the show to Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh,
So,
that was cool.
Tribute to little Ozzy Osbourne there. And it was on the day he died. So it was like this super, they found out the information and they incorporated it right immediately, which was really cool of them. She also wore after the show, she went back on stage and then she came back out on her encore. She had a Ozzy Osbourne shirt on. So that was
That's cool.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm rambling a little bit now. Just if you have any advice, if you're a family counselor,
there we go.
Reach out to me.
We need a family counselor listener.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. I'm still trying to figure out like how to work on Samantha more, you know, and just I'm trying. It's like summer hit, and I should have realized that means that I'm busy because she's gonna keep me busy, and that's not. I don't have free time during the week now to do anything that I want to do because there's everybody else is off.
Maybe this is her strategy at how to keep you from buying a stout. You know how parents have those strategies of how do you keep your kids out of trouble? Just keep them too busy to let them get in trouble.
Let's not let him work so he doesn't make money so he can't buy more toys.
Exactly.
Yeah. That might be. Anyways, that was my chaos of last week and up into this week. And I will be going camping and won't be taking the teardrop trailer. We're going to the undisclosed location.
I'm really interested in hearing about this.
Yeah, I know. And we'll see how everything fared and see how things look. And it'll be a good time. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go camping and relax and be like out of cell phone reception and not have to worry about anything. So that'll be nice. But yeah, during the week thing wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, you went camping.
I did go camping.
Where'd you go?
We went to Icehouse Resort.
Okay.
So this last weekend was the Mad Hatter's summer picnic. We do every year.
Cool. Yeah.
So everybody's kind of invited. It's like a big potluck get together. It's more of a hangout than it is a wheeling trip.
Sure.
Right? Hang out, have good food, hang out, just socialize with people, right?
Yes.
But typically we go to some place where there's an easy-ish trail to do compared to like doing all the way through the Rubicon or Fordyce or Barrett Lake that we like to do a lot. Right?
So where's the easiest trail around Icehouse?
The Wentworth Springs Loop.
Okay.
So it's not all the way through the Rubicon. It's not that difficult, but you do have to do the Gatekeeper. Yeah. Which is probably the hardest part.
And post pile.
Well, there's a bypass for post pile.
Okay.
So anyways, they did that. Some people also went and drove to the top of McKinstry Peak.
Oh, cool.
Which is a super easy trail. It's a Forest Service road.
Yeah.
Up to the top of McKinstry Lake. And from up on top of McKinstry Peak, you can see Hellhole Reservoir. You can see Cadillac. You can see the birthday cake.
Yep.
You can see the springs. You can see Spider. You can see Buck. You can see Loon. Like,
wow,
you can see everything around from the top of McKinstry Peak, which is pretty cool to be up there and just kind of, oh, there's that, and see the lay of the land around you.
Yeah.
So a few people did that. They also did a hike out to Bassy Falls.
Oh, cool.
And
did anybody find a token?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Nope. They also did the long hike. So they parked at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then did the 2-mile hike up to the falls and then hiked back.
Okay.
And I'm like, you guys realize you could have driven all the way out and hiked like a quarter mile.
Right.
They're like, what?
Yeah.
So the guy that was leading them knew that, but he was like, I wanted to hike for the day. So we took everyone on the 2-mile hike.
Yeah.
4-mile round trip.
We hiked it. We drove out to the quarter mile spot, but then we hiked all the way up the falls and then we hiked all the way up the mountain on the backside.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. And then looped kind of around.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yep. So, yeah, so they did that as well. Hiked to Bassy Falls. They did the Wentworth Springs Loop. Some went up and did McKinstry Peak. And then everybody came back to Icehouse Resort. We had the group site there.
Yep.
And we had tri-tip and barbecue chicken and a bunch of sides that people brought. So kind of the potluck for the club.
Yeah.
So I went up. I did not go on the wheeling stuff.
Okay.
So the Secretary and Reed came with me.
Yep. And
so I made a whole camping weekend out of it, which means we just drove up Saturday morning and then stayed overnight Saturday night and left Sunday morning.
Okay.
We took the Lance, which worked out awesome. And we had a good time. It was fun. It was nice to see everybody. They all had a good time wheeling. However, I do want to put out this PSA.
Okay, I'm ready.
Don't be a dick on the trail, guys. Like, and we always talk about it, right? Just to have etiquette and common sense that there's other people out there enjoying wheeling like you are as well. The difference is that not everybody enjoys wheeling the same.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
This weekend was the Auburn Jeep Club weekend.
Oh.
So
need we say more?
We've talked about it in the past. Seems like each year, the Auburn Jeep Club is one of the longest standing clubs in Northern California.
Yes.
Massive club. They own a property on the Rubicon Trail. It's out near Ellis Creek. And every year they do their AJC weekend, Auburn Jeep Club weekend, where everybody in the club comes into the trail and friends and family and guests, etc. They come into the AJC property. They bring in a live band. They've got a stage down on the property.
Dang.
And good for them. It's awesome. They come in. It's a big party, and it sounds like a lot of fun. The problem, though, is that they use all 3 inches of the trail to get 100, 200 vehicles into their property, right?
Okay, so 3 entrances being Loon Lake, Wentworth Springs, and Tahoma?
Yep.
Okay.
So they come in from every direction.
Yeah.
And they're flooding into the property near Ellis Creek, right? That's all fine and dandy. Like, even still, you guys are using all 3 entrances. It helps because it doesn't congest one entrance.
It's not impacting one spot.
Right?
Yeah.
The problem, though, is the attitude that it seems like every single year the AJC members and guests have while trying to get to the property.
You mean that they own the trail?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That they're entitled to having the right of way on the trail and getting whatever they want and getting their way, right? Yeah. So I've already heard of 3 separate instances, and I wasn't even on the trail this weekend. I've heard of 3 separate instances of run-ins with ill-tempered AJC members that are just trying to get their way on the trail. And so look, you guys, I don't know if we have any listeners in AJC, but I know we have listeners that are friends of AJC members. Please just realize that everybody's out on the trail for the same reason, to enjoy the trail responsibly and the way that they enjoy the trail. If you come up on a group that is having troubles on the trail, just politely ask them to go around.
Right.
Don't roll up and slam on the rev limiter and sit there honking your horn and then get out and yell at them because they're not moving.
Wow.
Like, that's not the way that you should be behaving on a trail.
No.
Also, if there's a rollover and an active recovery with winch lines going across the trail off of snatch blocks to get this vehicle righted back up, don't come up being a dick asking why you guys are doing this and if you can get through before the recovery's done. Like,
wow. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense in my head as to why AJC, outside of this one weekend, they're really cool people. They're fun to hang out with off of the trail. But it seems like this one weekend every year, for some reason, there's multiple issues with AJC, Auburn Jeep Club. And I don't get what the sense of entitlement is. I don't understand why you guys are being such assholes on the trail.
Yeah.
Just stop. Just don't do it. Like, oh, that's my PSA. That's my rant for today.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. The thing is that they don't own the trail.
No,
they don't. You own some property off of the trail, and you have a spot that you can drive from a public road onto your property. So you aren't entitled on the trail.
No.
And so you got to get that out of your head.
Yep.
And I've heard many instances throughout the years of that's this week, that weekend, and there just being a lot of stupid stuff happening out on the trail.
Yeah.
And I think everybody should have fun. I think you should have, enjoy the time wheeling and have a good time, but you should also respect every other people around you and understand that everybody wheels differently, drives differently, wheels at different speeds, has better or worse knowledge than other people around you about how to wheel, and, just respect everybody's time.
Yep.
One way or another.
Yep. Anyways, that's my rant for that. Okay. Otherwise, the weekend was great. We had a good time. It was nice camping and just hanging out at the campsite. And playing around with Reed as he's trying to climb more and more stuff.
Yeah.
He's figured out how to climb up into the camper now.
Is that a good thing?
Not yet. I don't think. But what he was doing was he was climbing up into the camper, and then he would get into the camper and then run at me and then jump.
Oh yeah.
And I would catch him and throw him up in the air and then bring him back down, put him on the ground. He would go and do it again. And we did that for like an hour.
Sure.
So
that's all good until you're not paying attention and he jumps.
Yes, exactly. So, it's fun just having him out there and seeing him enjoying the outdoors.
Yeah.
Was the highlight for me this weekend.
Nice.
Other than that, I got some DOM tubing to rebuild my lower link.
Oh, cool.
And the joints are now on their way. I got the bungs already, so I ended up cutting that down to size and welding the bungs in. So now I'm just waiting for the joints to show up to put my link together, and hopefully I can get that done before this weekend.
Yeah.
So I have an adjustable link again for the work party. But if that's not the case, it's not too big of a deal. It's just a non-adjustable link right now.
Right.
So it's all welded together. But this weekend's going to be busy. After the work party on Saturday, so after dinner on Saturday, I am packing up and driving from Airport Flat up to Tahoma.
Okay.
Because Sunday is Jeepers Jamboree is coming off of the trail in Tahoma, and Moreflate airs everybody up from Jeepers Jamboree at Tahoma.
Right.
So I like to be over there for that. So my goal is to drive into Tahoma some late dark 30 Saturday night. That way I can be there for Sunday morning when we start airing everybody up around 6:30, 7 a.m.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Once people are rolling off the trail, you can help them all air up and get them moving out of the way so that more people can get off the trail.
Yep. Yeah. Tahoma, with that parking lot the way it is right now, it's still kind of a clusterfuck when Jeepers Jamboree comes off the trail. I mean, we're looking at 700-800 vehicles.
Do you make like stations and have sort of like drive over
pretty much
systems?
Yeah. Essentially what we do is
sacrificial piece that you're going to replace.
No, we just pull the hoses back.
Oh, okay.
And then say, all right, come in, park here. And then once they park, then we pull the hoses down each side of the vehicle again and air them all up. So, but we typically will do 4 stations.
Yeah.
And so we can get 4 cars aired up in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
At a time. So
I remember
it keeps things moving really nice.
Geez, a year or two now ago. This was one of the testing grounds for the new compressor that was coming out. You're like, look, this new compressor did fantastic, which is now a staple of the industry.
Yep.
And so it was funny to hear all the information about the compressor airing up all these vehicles and how well it works. Yeah, doing the Jeepers Jamboree air up station definitely stresses the duty cycles of the equipment. Yeah.
And the duty cycles were beating what we have them rated for.
The expectations,
which was pretty cool to see. So it's always nerve-wracking when you're doing destructive testing in front of the public with your own equipment. You're kind of like, there's always that chance that it could just blow up on you and go wrong in front of the public, but everything worked awesome. So
like, don't worry, we bought 4 extras.
Yeah. So anyways, we're doing that. So I've got a busy weekend with the adopted trail, and then having to drive from the adopted trail up to Tahoma.
Yeah. That's not an easy trek.
No, I've got to figure out what's going to be the best route to go. I think I might just go out Georgetown to 80, but then I've got to go down the confluence under the Forest Hill Bridge, I think, to get to 80.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll go down Icehouse Road back to 50 and around. I think that's the way I'm going to go. But
on Saturday, when everything's done at the adopted trail, you should just wheel the trail.
Just wheel the trail out. Yeah. And then wheel back to the truck at the camper and the trailer at airport.
I was thinking you're just going to bring the 4Runner, but no, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's, I mean, I think it'd still be easier for you to, you just need to do some math. I think it'd be a little bit more convenient to do 50.
I think that's going to be correct as well. So
unless you want to, what if you, this isn't going to work, but you go towards Hellhole and out that way. But I don't
11 Pines?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be any faster.
I don't think that would be faster. 11 Pines is slow.
Yeah.
Slow going.
No, never mind.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Good luck. You got to run some math and figure that out. Yeah.
It'll be a 4 hour drive.
Well, just, roughly, I mean, it's what, like almost an hour from Georgetown to Airport Flat.
Georgetown. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's
going up the grade.
About an hour that way. I mean, it's a little faster on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
But how long do you think it is from the Highway 50 Icehouse Road to Airport Flat?
An hour 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you do the math from that point up the highway to Tahoma and 80, or Georgetown around to 80.
Yeah.
And do that. Figure out that. Because
I think it's going to be about the same either way. It's just a matter of if I want to go under the Forest Hill Bridge.
I think 50 is going to be faster.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. You'll have to report
do the math.
That will be interesting to know for the future. So
I did that. Let's see. I got the link built. I'm still seeping ever so slightly on the rear transfer case output. And I think it's just because of the groove in the flange.
Okay.
So our buddy Morgan from Sidetracked Off-Road has all that in stock, and he's coming up for the adopted trail this weekend.
Oh, perfect.
So he's like, I can just bring it up for you. I was like, oh, you're coming? He goes, yeah. I was like, sweet.
Okay.
So he's going to bring it all up for me. So I'll get that done next week.
I saw him RSVP saying he was going to bring a kid or two.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think his kids were old enough.
Yeah, he's got the 2 boys that are definitely old enough, and then the girl that's about Reed's age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know there was that many.
Yep. He kind of like you, married
into having some children.
Yep.
I got it. Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be a fun weekend. We'll have a fun report next week.
Yeah. It sounds like we'll have a lot to report next week.
Yeah.
2 camping stories and more.
Yep.
So yeah, keep tuned. A lot of stuff happening. It's summer. We're running around with our heads cut off, crazy men out here, and hope you guys are having a wonderful summer too.
Yep. If you guys want to call in with feedback or let us know what you got going on for the summer, give us a call. 916-345-4744 is the voicemail line. We have a lot of voicemails, so we might be doing a Monday episode of voicemails to see if we can semi get caught up. So have a great weekend. We'll see you guys tomorrow for snail mail, and then Monday for what you've, I don't know, what voicemails, I guess, whatever we end up doing for Monday. So have a great weekend. We'll see you guys then.
Hey,
what?
I need the last words.
Oh, what do you want to say?
We actually did end up taking a Waymo, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It was so weird sitting in a passenger seat and watching the car drive down the road, and it did really well. It just randomly put on its blinker once or twice and didn't turn. But otherwise, it was really crazy to be a part of it, to be in a self-driving car.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Wow. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Okay.
I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it as much as it, but it makes sense. So
okay,
we'll go with it. How do moths swim?
They don't typically. They do the butterfly stroke.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Well, I think they're in that category.
Are they though?
I think so.
Are you an entomologist?
I don't know what that is. So I'm going to say no.
I think entomologist is a study of bugs, and somebody who studies bugs. I don't know. Anyway,
I think they're in to get a moth. They still make a chrysalis. They come from some sort of worm, make a chrysalis, and come out a moth. So So they make the same pattern, but I don't know if they come out of the chrysalis and become a butterfly or become a moth, how much that matters.
Gotcha. Okay.
Somebody will tell us.
Somebody call in.
Yeah.